This is the second build video for Black Sites Australis that I've made. Part 1 had the bow of the ship. You could begin here if you wanted. The build is modular. You can actually do them in any order you want. But if you've not watched the bow video, it is available on the channel. All right, this is episode 2 of the assembly of the Australis. The Straits, I guess they're calling them. As I indicated last time, this kit is considered easy. And when you look at the directions for this particular kit, whoop, I'm knocking the camera everywhere. You can see that it's basically just 2 panels of directions. So I anticipate this to be a fairly quick and easy build. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice cellophane open and do an inventory of parts. All right, it looks like I have 2 of everything, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started building these. Because there's literally 2 pieces that are identical, I'm not going to go ahead and build them twice. I'll do just one section, go through and see if there's any issues, and report back as far as that goes. If there's none, then I'll at the end just have 2 finished pieces. All right, and getting together the D1 pieces, which are the main bottom of the middle sections. Just showing you some variants sometimes you can get in the various sprues. This one, you can see there's a pretty crisp line. I want to use a little bit of work. All the way around. It's gonna, need a little bit of blade work where it's connected, but no big deal. This one is a little bit more difficult. Again, it looks the same, obviously, on the side that the laser is coming down into. But if you look here, there's no laser line, kind of just trails off right there, as if it did not quite make it through. So I can get these bits of sprue off, but I'm definitely going to have to do some cutting on this one. Generally, I'll just squirt from above and then try to get it off, and then do a little bit of cleanup if necessary. That went fairly well. I was able to get it pretty clean. The only thing that really I still got to clean up entirely is this one corner here. As you can see, this basically coming off this erase tab. There's no real line at all. So from this side, I'll just take the razor or the X-Acto over it, and I should be able to clean it up. Again, these are the very bottoms. Everything's to be stacked from here on up, so it's not going to make a tremendous amount of difference what these look like. Step 1 went fairly easily and fairly uneventful. That's just the E1, E2, E1, E2, and the D1. I thought we were done doing that. The E-sprue came apart. This is the one that I haven't done yet. Came apart really easily. Just a little bit of sanding. There's a little bit of a balancing act right now. Again, I have the PVA glue, so I got a little bit of wiggle because it's not instant setup. But that's going to be fine with me because I'm going to be adding the, I believe there's only 3 or 4 parts total to add to complete the step in its entirety. So I'll get that together and either probably be back when it's done, or unless I run into something interesting. I'm almost done with the second box or straight, other than just the little detail strips, but I thought I'd at least record one of me putting these parts on. These are kind of squeakers right here. This build, again, is not considered anything advanced. Right here is where they tend to, at least on the other 3 that I've done, tend to be a little bit tight on this lower part. So I go ahead and get the lower ones lined up. And I'm just kind of massaging this through here because, as I said, I could probably get out a persuader at some point, but you can hear how that kind of pops home. it's pretty tight. I just have this side left to get in. Well, that sounds a little bit frustrating. Well, I'm getting a little bit of tape stuck down there too, but it's kind of doing one of those little dances here where I've now got this corner taken care of, and let's pop the other one. So instead of waiting until the end, I'm going to go ahead and tape the corner down. I always leave a little bit to make it a little bit off, so it's a bit easier to get that tape off. So now I just gotta get this one back in here. Like I said, it's probably a better way than the way that I do it, but I just kind of work it back and forth until I hear a snap. Looks like I picked a bad one. Film, okay. All right, so likewise, I'm going to go ahead and get this taped. And so that one is complete, and I've got the other one right here. So all that is going to be left is to attach these B1 strips. And once I get that done, I'll be back. Whoops. All right, and that is that. That's what a finished section looks like. As it indicated, very basic build, very few pieces. All you need to do is make sure you got the tape. Building the boxes themselves, and this is probably just a me problem and not a kit problem. I sometimes, as I'm pressing the pieces in, especially in the actual structural part, I'll get little pitch and yaw before I start getting the external walls actually on. It'll sometimes fall down on me or whatever, but still very little swearing, so an easy enough build. Only thing I'll also point out, when you're using the thin cardstock or oil sheeting or whatever they call this stuff, or oil board, obviously, or maybe it's not so obvious, it's easier for these to detach from the sprue to go ahead and just run a razor down the edge. Be tempting to twist them or whatever, like you would the MDF ones to loosen them, but you that could result in tearing. So just a heads up. Both of the center sections are now done. Just to get an idea, this thing's about 3 feet long now. I guess it's not quite fitting in frame, but you get the idea. And so we've got another foot or so that's going to be on the back of the ship, and of course it's going to get all of its vertical from the bridge and towers and whatnot that's going to be there. Still do need to eventually get the magnets so this thing will all mag together. Right now it's obviously just sit there on gravity and friction, which will probably be more than enough for most people in most games, but I figure if it's got the magnet holes, I do want to go ahead and try that out. So that is actually it. That was just a fast and easy build. So that's the MV Australis middle sections. I'll see you guys next time for the third segment, which will be doing the stern portion of the ship.